She's young, but her soul is timeless. She looks peaceful, yet is wild. She radiates light from within, yet can be mysteriously dark. She is a masterpiece and a work in progress, both simultaneously. She's a world of contradictions, but if you look within, maybe everyone is. Inside out and outside in, she is the queen. She is Kangana Ranaut. Kangana, welcome to Starry Nights.
Thank you, sir. Such a nice introduction that you gave me. I'm so flattered. Thank you.
You're such a nice actor. What to do? Tell me, do you look at your career as pre-queen and post-queen?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was literally the milestone in my career. And before that, I was, I think, a nobody. And just one film just changed my life around. And also, it's been very sort of important for the industry. Also, it literally changed. It started a parallel cinema where you know, whether it's meaningful films that are not really for niche audiences but have substance, along with a different sort of cinema which Bollywood has always been making.
Correct.
Because Queen was a rule breaker in many ways. So it's definitely a very special film.
But with films like Queen and Tanu Ad's Manu and Tanu Ad's Manu Returns, the responsibility to now give some entertainment as well as some meaning or a message or something very substantive for a heroine must be weighing on your head all the time?
It is, but I think I always wanted it to be this way. At least you know what direction you want to take. You know, before this, you do everything that comes your way. It could be, you know, a good script and just a good script, and you just do it. But now I know what direction I have to take. Like I gave you examples that I was quite, like you said, you know, I'm quite fearless in order to to take the scripts that come my way. If I have 5 minutes role and I feel the script is great, I would do it. But maybe now I know what is expected of me, and it makes things easier for me. So I rather do what people want me to do. So I rather do films that are substantial and have entertainment value to it. I think the least they expect a good performance. You know, if they're going to see a film, you know, if nothing is Kangana Ranaut is there, 3-time national award-winning actress. You know, अच्छा perform कर लेगी, you know.
In that sense also you're quite fearless, because in this industry nobody speaks his or her heart out, especially her heart out. It's allowed for guys to do it, but girls, actresses doing that is very rare. But whether in professional terms or in your personal life, you've always spoken your heart out, considering that you're not from Bollywood. What gives you that courage?
I think that's exactly the reason that I'm able to speak my heart, because I'm not from Bollywood. You know, I don't go back to someone who's nagging and who's telling you upset your uncle, or you know, your distant chacha or some masa is upset. So I don't go back to anyone. I just do my thing. And when I meet my parents, like they were with me last night, and we ate together and we had long discussions. And when they left, I felt they didn't ask me about my work, you know. They didn't ask me anything about my work. How's it? Have you signed anything new? How do you feel about your release? Nothing, not even like a word of it. They take it for granted that, oh, I can, you know, like, I know better than anyone, but that doesn't mean they cannot discuss my work with me. In a way, it's nice. Because, you know, just before my release, I'm meeting people who are least interested in my work, and that's how it has always been. So they'll go like audience and they'll watch it. And also it's very liberating, you know, that you can, no matter you meet them in different seasons, they'll only talk about fruits and rain and, you know, like...
Everything but films.
But films, you know, that's also very, yeah, it sets you free in a way.
During the earlier days, were you affected in your mind that it's not an easy place to be in? Probably Bollywood may not embrace me. Probably the Bollywood people may not accept me. Were you scared and skeptical?
So initially I started out with a very rosy picture of how my future is going to be, because I think all teenagers believe that they are someone special and you know how my life's supposed to be. And also the kind of a suppression that my background, sort of how they suppress girls, and everything from what I wore and what I did was scrutinized. So I felt like they do not understand who I am, but if I step out in the world, people would know who I am, like I'm this really cool person, and I can conquer, and I can. So I did not have a clear plan what I want to do, but I wanted to do sort of many things, and being an artist was one of those. So when I left home, it was very hunky dory. But I think soon after that, I realized that there's no such thing. And
Life is not a bed of roses.
Yes, it's not. And then I was quite taken aback with the harsh reality of it. That it's not what I thought it would be, and there are obstacles at every step. That there are things about me that are extraordinary. Like when I went to theatre, I did modeling, so I failed miserably, and that sort of failure. I was in Chandigarh and people would stop me and tell me, "You're so beautiful. Are you a model?" So I got really carried away with that kind of attention.
And you said you failed. In what way did you fail in modeling?
I won't get jobs. I would get auditions. I won't get job for any job, or I'll get maybe a junior's job in the background. Or I'm 5'7". I was short for ramp. And I was too young for print. Either they are like mother's ads or something like that. Some role you've got to play. I was 17, so they couldn't fit me, and also I had really a lot of curly hair and very skinny. So yeah, at some point I felt if I do modeling, I'll become a model. If I do acting, I'll become an actor. Do painting, I'll become a painter. That's sort of, when you're 15, that's kind of mind frame you are in, and that's how you leave home. But after doing many things, I did not find success in any of those. So I'd sort of made peace with that failure, I'd say. And I did acting. When I did theatre, there was some success there. Like my guru really appreciated me, and he's like, "You're very good." And so I think that's what made me stick to acting. I would come to the workshops every day. Because I wouldn't get any positive response anywhere else. Like I said,
at least you were getting positive response over here.
Yeah, but there was no money there. But there was some sort of positive. And I think when you're younger, it really doesn't matter whether you eat bread and jam or bread and achar, or it just what matters is where you get sort of treatment that you want to receive. So I think that was good encouragement, but I had become a bit pessimistic. I had become like, I used to hear a lot of ghazals. I used to delve really into the pain of being a nobody and a failure and all of that. You know how you have like a teenager, if you get into that phase, you really passionately get into that phase. So I remember being very this thing, and my parents would call. I won't take their calls because now I had one option: either I go back home.
And their calls would mean that they want you back.
Of course. So I won't take their calls, and if they're in Delhi, I'll come to Bombay. Then they can't come to Bombay because they don't know how to come to Bombay and what to do there and where to find her. But in Delhi, they know, they have a lot of relatives, so they can spot me. So I'll come to Bombay. So I was hiding like that for some time, and I think one of those visits, I auditioned for Gangster, and I got that job.
And that changed your life.
Yeah.
And who used to be your emotional anchor besides your close group of friends who were also struggling like you? But from the family, was anybody there for you?
No, not at all.
You never confided in any of them?
No. No, I think I've been quite sure about one thing, that, this is what I've taken up. And I've seen growing up, I've actually seen my parents struggle a lot with small things, to raise us, and how they struggled, to send us to the best schools. I remember when I went to hostel, my father actually, broke his FD, and he gave me the money. The
he
fees,
broke his fixed deposits.
Yeah, fees was some 2 lakhs,
Okay.
and the hostel fees was for 30,000, and he put it in my hand. So I've seen those times, and I've seen that for a middle class family, giving their children education is the only thing that I think that matters the most for them. And I'd taken that away from them. So I've actually done a big blunder back there. Like my mother used to call, and every time she said, "Your father's blood pressure is high because of you. If he has a heart attack, then I will not forgive you." So every time I will call, they would only make me feel guilty about the step that I'd taken. So I won't call any of them, because everyone was like, Papa might get a heart attack. And I mean, by the grace of God, he's nowhere close to a heart attack. He's the healthiest person in the family. But if I got
So was that being used as an emotional blackmail?
Of course. Of course. I think that's what mothers do, you know. Papa ko neend nahi aa rahi raat ko, ghar aa jao. I'm like, okay. So unse to I could not talk to them.
When did you really find your feet firmly in your work?
So Gangster happened, and again Anurag or Mahesh Bhatt, all of them were flawed with my work, and I was very young, and that way I'd say that I've been just gifted, to be honest. I was filming Gangster, and they gave me Metro, and they signed me at the same time for Volame also.
Yes, exactly.
So I felt, like, look at me, and I can do it. I can do it. My father knows nothing.
Did you ever let success go to your head?
You know what? I did not have enough of it for me to let it go.
But signing 3 films for a newcomer without a background of Bollywood, with no godfather in the industry, that was good enough.
That was before Gangster release, and I felt again. I went through that phase that I'm so good, and Mahesh Bhatt is calling me to. I remember he called me to edit room, and how he can talk to you and completely make you feel that, you're
the best thing to have happened to Bollywood.
Yes, exactly. So I felt that when Gangster releases, then obviously I would arrive and I will have a lot of film offers and all of that. But it was completely opposite of that, because Gangster was a hit and it worked. But in those days, people like Anurag or me or Bobby, we didn't have any work. That time, industry was hugely dominated by a different sort of success. Dances were very important. Leading ladies were thriving on item numbers, and if you're a foreigner, even better. So industry had a very different culture. But when I was faced with it, it was very harsh to deal with it. Like, I was again a nobody, and I was doing those set of films. I was doing, and they would keep giving me films, And then at one point, I had to say that I don't want to do these films. So I had to tell.
You were scared that you would be typecast in those kind of roles.
No, that's all I had. Like how you work for a studio, how you work for a company. They would keep giving you films. And I remember after Wolam Hai, though I was very young, but I realized that outside of this office, nobody knows me. Like, I'm not even like a proper actor, because these films have very limited release. They release in few theaters, and then they're on TV. But I'm not a proper mainstream actor. And I remember Bhatsa then was doing a film with Pooja, and was on a suicide bomber after Volame, and he's like, I've got a new script for you. And I'm like, Bhatsa, I don't want to do it. And it was so
It must have been difficult to tell him no.
Yeah, it was, but and it was a great role. They had written it for me, and he was very proud of me, and he was taken aback.
I was about to ask you, was he taken aback?
Oh yeah, he was. We had a fallout.
Okay.
We had a major fallout, and he's like, we've made you, and you said, I said, yeah, but I can see that this has just become my
my small world.
Small world. And he's like, then okay, fine. So I left them, and again I was then very disoriented. So I was on my own. I did not do their films. But then what films would I do now was the question. Like, I don't want to do the niche films. But then what is there for me?
But from that time to now, when roles are written for you, it must be a sea change.
Yes.
How
It's
does
a
it feel?
different world. It feels great, but I always desired this. So I don't feel like I'm in an alien world, because this kind of success can make one feel, oh my God, what is it? And it's just, this is a different world altogether. So it doesn't feel that alien.
In an industry where working with the Khans is considered the ultimate achievement, you've never really angled for that?
I do get a lot of films with Khans,
And then?
I don't. I consciously don't do them, especially now, because whether it's a film or a role, I get so much meat, when it comes my way. So I feel that Khan's films are essentially Khan's films, and for me, it's very important that my films are my films.
Kangana, Bollywood has a way of not treating outsiders too well. Did you experience that?
Of course. Bollywood, like any other industry, is extremely
A close industry.
a close industry, and they're very conscious about outsiders.
True.
And there's a lot of prejudice also, which is all, I think, it's like I said, just a prejudice. So I did face that they do think that we come from a different country and we are
Or a different planet, probably.
different planet altogether. So I have faced very unfortunate prejudice like that.
Do you face that today also?
Today I think people are in awe of me, isn't it? Like people are really in awe of me, and I've been quite a case study in terms of the journey altogether, like to rags to riches. I'm the only one who can actually brag about literally the rags to riches story. There are a lot of stars, there are a lot of people who've done well. There are also people who are from the industry are doing well. Like
So
that.
probably a film on your life?
It will be a great film and it will be a great success story.
You wouldn't mind penning down your autobiography?
I would do that.
Someday.
Yeah, it will be a shame if I don't do that. I should share.
But
my
how
journey.
honest will you be in your autobiography?
I will be very honest, because if you see, most of the material of my autobiography is out and people know a lot about my life. I've never put it under the carpet.
Kangana, this interview would be incomplete because I have a different take on what happened. The moment your controversy with Hrithik Roshan started, the talk in the industry was, Kangana is finished. She has taken on such a big actor, now she will not get films. That thought or that fear never crept in your mind?
No.
How come?
Because I was, back then I was not dealing with the actor I worked with, or people know him as a star. I was just dealing with someone who I know as a human being, as a man who's been a part of my life. So for me, that was more important to get sort of closure on that level. And his stardom or his stature or whoever he is in professional realm has never mattered to me. And also to deal with the fact that, okay, what happened to this entire, like sort of relationship that we had, where it went, and how out of hand and how bizarre it's become. So that was a conflict on a very human level, which I faced. But I did not think of him as a star who's taking on me or things like that. No.
This industry is such a small place. You're bound to meet Hrithik, not once, not twice, probably 10 times. How would you react?
The thing is that this is so behind me that it really doesn't matter now that how would I react? I don't know. It doesn't matter anymore. Preferably, I wouldn't want to meet. I would do anything to avoid. It makes sense, right? Why would I want to? But if I do, just in case, I think I should just say social hi or something.
But do you think that there are camps in this industry?
Well, industry, there are no camps. The one who's successful, industry only cares about that person. And I'll make sure that I'm successful.
You're already very successful. Now let's see you succeeding in our rapid fire round of questions, Kangana. So the first set of questions you have to answer in yes or no. Have you ever doubted your acting abilities?
Have I? Yes. Then I saw some of my films. I'm like,
Are relationships permanent in the industry?
They're not permanent. Generally, not permanent. It's not about the industry.
Okay, generally also.
Yeah.
Have you felt left out in the industry?
Left out? At times, yes.
Do you think you are marriage material?
Totally.
The next set of questions you have to answer in one word. Who is the queen of your life?
My little dog, Pluto.
How is your life in a metro?
My life in a metro? Busy.
Star kids are?
Star kids are very well groomed.
Love is?
Love is an addiction.
Heartbreaks are?
Inevitable.
Now I'm going to talk about the firsts of your life. So what comes instantly to mind? You must tell me that. The first day of shooting.
Gangster.
The first paycheck.
Ice cream ad.
First date.
First date, Chandigarh.
First kiss.
Chandigarh.
School, college.
School.
First breakup.
School.
Chandigarh. What ifs? Some what ifs. What if life had a backspace button? What or whom would you like to delete from your life?
Who would I like to delete from my life? Couple of people.
If you can name them.
Let's not.
No.
Let's not.
What if you could remake a classic and cast yourself in it? Which role would you choose?
Mughal-e-Azam Anarkali.
Oh wow. What if a female co-star hits on you?
I'm fine with that.
What if you were thrown in an arranged marriage setup?
Never. Never.
You would revolt and rebel.
Never. I can't even think of having a romantic conversation with a stranger. No.
And lastly, what if you turned director?
Yeah, I will. I will make a awesome director. I will make for an awesome director.
As awesome an actor as you are?
Better than that.
Oh, wow. Kangana, it has been great talking to you. Thank you very much. And before you leave, you've got a small certificate for you, which absolutely exemplifies what you are and what the world thinks you are.
Bomb. That's cool. Issued for being the prime reason behind rise in temperature. Thank you.
And as a token of our appreciation for your presence here, this
Thank you,
small
sir.
little gift hamper.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show.
Wow. Thanks. I was contemplating with being a choreographer. The only thing is that I didn't know dancing, you know. So, so I'm like, oh, how about the DOP? But for that I have to. I remember how my grandpa used to tease me that when we get you married, you will be the only one from the history of Ranauts who will come back with her sandook and trunks from in-laws. I remember he once hit me and I stood up and I took a fight with him and I snatched his stick and I'm like, how dare you? And the teacher was like, you don't have a badge and blah, blah. I said, how dare you hit me?